This is 3 News Daily.
Hello, Northeast Ohio. Thanks for being with me on this Friday, January 20th. I'm Stephanie Haney, and this is 3 News Daily. And we start today with new details this afternoon about 2 Cleveland residents who died in a single plane crash in New York. Officials have identified those killed as Benjamin Shavitz and Baruch Taub, both members of the Orthodox Jewish community here in Cleveland. Their plane took off from John F. Kennedy Airport in New York, heading for the Cuyahoga County Airport. Shortly after takeoff, the pilot reported engine issues, and when the plane went down, they were less than 2 miles away from Westchester County Airport in New York, where they were trying to make an emergency landing.
And the pilot recognized that he had only a handful of minutes to try to bring the plane to a safe landing. He was unable to do that.
The plane went down a few minutes after air traffic control lost contact with the pilot. Officials say they found the wreckage by pinging the 2 men's cell phones. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are both investigating the incident. Now to Willard in Huron County, where we now know what caused a fire at a nursing home. Officials confirmed to 3 News today that it was lightning that struck at Blossom Healthcare last night, leading to the fire. Now, thankfully, no serious injuries have been reported. However, Willard City Schools will be closed today. That's because the district says several of its bus drivers are helping out today at the nursing home. Very nice of them. All right, we're getting a look at dash cam video now released by Valley View Police that shows a wild chase involving stolen cars. That chase ends up on the wrong side of the freeway with the police dog shutting it down. Our Bree Buckley has the details that you have to see to believe.
This call starts around 10 p.m. Wednesday night when police say 2 men in a stolen SUV were seen breaking into other cars and checking the catalytic converters behind a business on Bank Street in Valley View. One of the men stole a pickup truck. They both took off driving past this Valley View officer who follows the truck as it speeds through traffic. Brooklyn Heights police put out stop sticks on Granger and Tuxedo Avenue, trying to stop the truck. But he keeps going, leading officers into Brooklyn Heights Village Park. He disappears from the camera for a few seconds, going into the wooded area before heading back out towards the main road. That's where officers have more stop sticks set up that the truck blows right through. The chase continues for a few more miles before the truck drives into I-176 in the wrong direction, dangerously flying past other cars, until eventually the car chase comes to an end and the driver jumps out while it's still moving on the highway, hopping over the median just before the truck rolls into it, and the officer chases after him. What you can't see on the footage here is where police say the suspect runs into a wooded area near the freeway, and an Independence police canine named Rambo catches and bites him, and they both fall down a 25-foot ravine. Rambo is going to be okay, and the suspect was arrested and taken to the hospital. Police tell us the suspect is a career criminal, and this is another trend they're seeing, with thieves putting themselves and others in danger. Bree Buckley, 3 News.
Absolutely wild. Thank you for that, Bree. Now remember yesterday, we told you about Amazon's announcement that it will impact charities everywhere, including right here in Northeast Ohio. The company announced that it's shutting down its Amazon Smile program next month. Carmen Blackwell has more for us on this.
E-retail giant Amazon announced it's shutting down Amazon Smile, the program that allows customers to donate 0.5% of their purchases to a charity of their choice. Amazon says that will end February 20th. Small, local nonprofits like Hope Meadows, YWCA Cleveland, Benjamin Rose Institute on Aging, and Dancing Wheels Company.
We know that many organizations, nonprofits, are utilizing Amazon Smile to receive a little extra funding, so it's definitely something that we would miss.
Yesterday, Amazon sent out an email breaking the news the company would be discontinuing the program as CEO Andy Jassy undergoes a cleanup of the company's costs. Sarah says when it reached the Dancing Wheels inbox, she was surprised.
We recently did a promotional push for Amazon Smile for our funding, and so to hear that it may not be a thing anymore is kind of devastating.
Groups like Dancing Wheels receive most of their funding through grants, ticket buyers, tours, and tuition, but say the promotional push to Amazon's site on their platforms at this point feels one-sided.
We all put a little extra into our materials to say go to Amazon specifically through Amazon Smile while you make your purchases.
And though the donation percentage per customer purchase isn't much, Sarah says that money matters.
We definitely want the support, and any little thing helps. So Amazon Smile, come back.
Carmen Blackwell, 3 News.
Thank you for that, Carmen. And a good reminder for us to pay attention to our local charities here and see how we can support them if we're able. Now, Amazon says in place of Amazon Smile, it will, quote, make meaningful change by investing in things like building affordable housing and natural disaster relief. Now back here at home, the Highland Park Golf Course has a new manager lined up. Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb chose the nonprofit Highland Park Golf Foundation to revitalize and manage the course. It was a competitive search, and Mayor Bibb said the foundation's proposal celebrated the course's history. There's a 5-year timeline now planning for course and clubhouse updates, a new driving range, and a new chipping and putting center. And this should all get done with as little interruption to play as possible. Now this one's a bit of a downer. Regal Cinemas, the nation's second largest theater chain, is closing 39 locations, and that includes one here in Northeast Ohio. They say shutdowns from the pandemic and a drop in moviegoers led to almost $4 billion in losses in 2020 and 2021. In our area, the Montrose Theater in Copley Township will shut down next month after 35 years of business. Well, that brings us to our question of the day. In light of these theater closings, we're thinking about getting out to the movies while we still can, and so we want to know, what's your favorite part about going to a movie theater? Post your comment to the WKYC Facebook page, and we'll talk about it during What's New at 4 o'clock. Now for me, I always liked making it a family affair. It's something that my brothers and I and all the nieces and nephews do with my dad. It was always a good time. Get a big bucket of popcorn and pass it up and down the aisle. Now speaking of a family affair, the first concert for the Ohio State Fair has been announced, and Kids Bop are in the lineup for 2023. It's part of the Kids Bop Never Stop live tour, and it will be on the fair's opening day, headlining on opening day. How about that? Now, if you're not familiar, Kids Bop records kid-friendly versions of the biggest pop music hits. We will learn more about which concerts are coming to the Ohio State Fair in late February and early March. The fair runs July 26th through August 6th, and that's in Columbus. Okay, ice cream lovers, pay attention now, because Cleveland-based Mitchell's Ice Cream is recalling some ice cream sold over the past 2 weeks. It's because of a labeling and an allergy issue. There were pints labeled as chocolate peanut butter cup that might actually have peanut butter chocolate pretzel yogurt inside of them. If you're wondering, who cares? Well, it's because that has wheat in it and the chocolate peanut butter cup does not. So that can be a serious issue if someone has a wheat allergy. So if you bought a mislabeled pint, you can contact Mitchell's directly to get that sorted out. Up to 172 pints may have been sold with the mislabeled ice cream across Northeast Ohio. Now, if you don't have a wheat allergy, it's all safe. You can keep it, eat it if you want to. If you do and you want to see about maybe if you got one of those mislabeled pints, we've got a full list of everywhere it was sold on WKYC.com. Serious business, ice cream. I know I take my ice cream very seriously, but honestly, if you've got that wheat allergy, make sure you're checking what you got in your freezer. Thanks for being with us for today's edition of 3 News Daily. We appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday with more of your top stories from Northeast Ohio.